Speed, scale, and flexibility, moving from open source to enterprise applications with SALT. Coming up next. SDR News coverage of AWS reInvent made possible by Dome9. Total control and visibility over your cloud infrastructure, network, and host security. Garantia, the in-memory NoSQL company, offering enterprise-class Redis for developers. Encapsula, website security, always-on protection from bots and DDoS and real-time stats on visitors and threats. Skillbase, leveraging MySQL and scaling out data at the speed of your business. And eMind, architecting, building, and operating enterprise-grade clouds in billion-dollar HIPAA, PCI DSS, and SOX environments. More coverage of AWS reInvent online or on the SDR News Roku channel.
Hi, this is Tim Crawford with AVOA as part of SDR News, and I'm here with co-founder and CEO Mark Chenn of SaltStack. Welcome.
Thanks, Tim. Good to see you again.
Always a pleasure. And tell me a little bit about SaltStack. And what I'm interested in is its relevance in the enterprise and kind of where the rubber hits the road.
Yeah. So 2011 is when Salt, the open source project, began, and it was really a solution that was designed to fix and solve some of the key problems around infrastructure automation. For a long time, there have been tools in the marketplace. Obviously, this is not a new problem that we're solving. But the fundamental problems that we were solving were that of speed, scale, and flexibility. Being able to get to and to manage modern infrastructures in a way that really speaks to the needs of the modern sysadmin or DevOps professional.
So, orchestration is a big deal in infrastructure, and I think it's one area that's not played really well. Can you talk a little more about specifically what aspect of infrastructure orchestration you play into?
So Salt's remote execution bus is based off of the ZeroMQ framework, and so it's something that gives us very, very good speed running, across massive organizations in parallel. So the ability to command and control that for the modern infrastructure really speaks to some of these web-scale organizations, web-scale IT organizations today. So the way that it's differentiated is that first is by speed, and then by providing other layered capabilities on top of that give you more control across the cloud.
Is it strictly for web scale, or does it also play into the enterprise?
It plays all across the enterprise. It's really not limited just to web scale, but really to any enterprise IT that has infrastructure that needs to be managed, and that spans across physical or virtual, environments, very large distributed environments, as well as the smallest of IT shops.
So let's talk about that for just a minute. So the different types of infrastructure that you span, is that private, public cloud? Where does AWS play a role into this?
Yeah, really all of the above. Salt was designed to be agnostic to the environment. So whether you're running AWS or some other infrastructure for that matter, Salt really plays nicely in all of those environments. Windows, Unix, Linux. It really is designed to be something that you can use across all environments.
Candidly, it almost sounds too good to be true. So what's the next evolution of SaltStack in terms of where you're going, in terms of an area that you are starting to hear from customers that they're really kind of clamoring for?
Yeah, a lot of people have known SaltStack as a configuration management technology, and certainly that is one of the areas where we excel. I think that if you were to use SaltStack solely for configuration management, you'd be getting a best-of-breed tool. But on top of that, our platform really enables us to do a lot more, such as monitoring and some elements of autonomic computing as well, so some auto-scaling capabilities as well.
So if I were your traditional enterprise or web scale, where do I get started with SaltStack? What's a good use case?
So in terms of using Salt in your environment, excuse me. You can get started by just going to our website and downloading Salt and using a free trial of it right away. In terms of your environment, a lot of companies will use it for the remote execution. If you're already doing things in configuration management, but a lot of them like it because of the simplistic nature of the configuration files, to be able to just marry remote execution with configuration management and then to scale from there. So that's probably a good starting place for someone that's just getting introduced to Salt.
Great. And so again, the best place to go to find out more information
would be saltstack.com.
Excellent. Mark, it's always a pleasure. Good to see you again.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it.